Yeah.
Speaking of whipping your neck.
Back and forth, back and forth.
Whipping people with your neck. Welcome back.
Yes.
Great job.
Wow.
Yeah, I love it.
Yup.
Did everybody get a chance
Comfortable
to go...
predictability.
Yeah, right. Did everybody get a chance to go through their level ups?
I haven't played in 2 weeks. We'll find out.
That's fine.
I'll find out in about 4 weeks when Mars goes, hey, we had a level up.
It's fine. You know, this is the full
Fine.
disclosure. This is likely to be a full roleplay session anyway, so I don't expect too
I
much.
love
But
it.
we'll see what shenanigans y'all get up to.
We are the
We're,
shenanigans.
We're up to level 9, right?
Don't.
We're up to level 8.
Getting to be
No,
responsible.
The higher the levels we go, the harder the monsters will get. And the higher likelihood you're going to go blind.
Mhm.
Why? Mars, fucking why? Why would you put that out there in the universe?
This is how it works. And the chances are what's going to make you blind is going to be giant hairy spiders.
Fuck did I do to you? What did I do to you? What exactly did I do to you?
They got 8 legs to poke you
like
right in the eyes
that.
with.
Someone's gonna
Ew.
get poked in the eye with fucking something, and I'll tell you what, it's not gonna be Yuki.
Heyo. It'll be cool.
That's what awaits you at level 9.
Uh-huh. Sure does.
He's unnecessarily aggressive.
I don't know if it's unnecessarily aggressive.
That
But
was
is
this
he wrong?
Thank
That's a
you.
little
not-
unnecessary.
Oh, I wasn't gotten a long rest, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I hope we did at some point. Who
Level
knows,
up.
though?
Level up, long rests.
All the good
Yeah.
shit.
You got 1 long rest. You're down to 4 levels of exhaustion.
Wait,
Oh,
we're level 10,
All right,
correct?
Professor.
What
Pretty
is?
long.
Ben, you're my favorite right now. You're my favorite.
72.
I know I promised everybody I was going to sit down with the 2025 rules and kind of hash out like what I liked and what I didn't like, but I didn't do any
Yeah,
of
well,
that.
you had shit to do.
What I didn't like is this bullshit.
Because there are a lot of things that I like, but there are a lot of things that I don't like. And let's be honest, I think we're all very still comfortable with the 2014 rules. So
Absolutely.
the only change that I say I'll implement for now is that I like the way the 2024 handles exhaustion better.
Okay.
Where is it?
How fuck does Mars then?
I'm gonna need a link, mister.
It should be on your character sheet. It should tell you in exhaustion.
Oh, here we go.
If you go to conditions and you go to exhaustion, it tells you legacy.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, so with new exhaustion, it's not like at this level this happens, at this level this happens. It's kind of like now covers everything, which I think is a lot easier to follow, which is kind of nice. So whenever you roll a d20 whenever you roll a d20, period, the roll's reduced by 2 times your exhaustion level.
Ooh.
So basically at level 4, you're taking a -8 penalty to every d20 roll at the moment.
Okay, then.
Death saves are gonna suck.
It's RP. There's no death saves.
I didn't think about that. Is death save considered a d20 test?
You roll
Yes.
a
It's a
d20.
d20 roll.
Huh. Well, shit.
Ooh, your speed is reduced by a number equal to 5 times your exhaustion level.
Yes.
So
So
I can move 50 feet.
it makes exhaustion way more, like, have a lot more stakes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which I kind of like.
Love
Because it fits really well with this campaign.
Yeah, I suppose. I will BRB.
Finishing a long rest removes 1 level of exhaustion. I think there are also spells that will reduce exhaustion too.
None that we have the levels for.
Yeah, it was a greater restoration, right?
Greater
Yeah.
restoration.
What level do you guys
How we
get?
do with level 10?
Level 5, I think.
Christ.
I mean, unless there's some fucky void shit. But yeah, level 10.
But yeah.
But that is one of the 2024 rules that I like. I also like 2024's surprise. So I'm probably gonna implement that, but I think a lot of the other stuff I'll leave up for voting.
Surprise is just they get disadvantage to initiative, right?
Yes, disadvantage on initiative.
I do not. Well, actually, you know what? No, I don't like that. But that's okay.
Which one don't you like?
The initiative one. But oh well.
For surprise.
Surprise always feel kind of weird to
sorry,
me to
I
begin
should
with.
say.
Yeah.
The surprise is just we have advantage on initiative rolls now.
It's not that you have
I
don't
advantage,
know.
it's the enemies. It's that the enemies have disadvantage.
Whoever is surprised has disadvantage.
Or, yeah.
The entire round of attacking was fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, and I got screwed by that a couple of times. Anywho, hang on a sec. I'll be right back. I gotta take my sweatshirt on. It's warmer down here than I thought.
Okay.
I already feel it. I'm gonna be cold in like 5 minutes. Anywho. Alright, so, let's head back to Toronto. Alright, so, last we left our heroes, we had infiltrated the Red Hood Thieves Guild. We put a herding on, what turned out to be one of the Reverie clones, to probably nobody's surprise.
I was a little surprised.
It's alright, I telegraphed it.
There was some surprise.
Make sure your tokens are updated with your updated hit points.
I should log in.
Regain all of your hit points as well, which I will do now for Marcus and for Brutus.
We took some hits, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those things, that whole encounter kicked our ass. It was great.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Tiny, you need to pick a spot. Sit down.
She's like, I want all the spots, Mom.
She's getting so many spots.
Right.
Ew.
So we just got back from the Red Hood Thieves Guild. Your boat is still docked at the Toronto Unified Performing Arts Center, colloquially known as Tupac. Upon returning to your ship, you found that there was purple smoke enveloping all around it. As you go to investigate, the smoke was you were able to blow the smoke out of the ship, only to find that your captive Alistair has disappeared. There was some discussions that happened on board, mostly between Jade and Professor. Other than that, there may or may not be some loose ends you all want to tie up, or not. I mean, it's up to you guys. Whatever you want to do. We have reached the total sandbox portion of this town, as in kind of whatever happens between now and the day of the wedding, which is 3 days away at this point, is kind of up to you. It is the evening of Thursday night. The wedding will be taking place on Sunday. So it's like you got basically 2.5 days, I guess. And that's kind of where we're at. You do still have Marcus and Brutus on board. Marcus with Narco, Brutus kind of standing guard by their cabin.
Creepy.
So we'll say for their sake, since Neville is not with us tonight, they'll be in the cabin chatting away while you guys are doing whatever you guys are looking to do. Although at some point Marcus may decide to come out because he does have to go home eventually. Anyway, So I will leave it back to you guys. So my gauge of where everybody is at the moment, Professor, Red, Yuki, Reverie, all on board the ship. Jade has kind of stepped away for the moment. So there was some talk going on in the chat. So if you guys want to pick up on that, yeah, I guess that's where we can get started. So I don't know, Jade, Professor, if either of you have anything you want to start off with.
I think for the professor, so where we left off was Jade kind of ran off. Jeffrey followed her, and the professor slowly made his way out of his room to try to call a meeting of the team over his concerns over Jade. I wouldn't think that Ren is too far away, so you'd probably run across Ren first, but he will knock on doors to try and call everyone out.
I'm definitely lurking nearby.
Minus an R.
Why'd you go like that?
He'll waggle Ren to follow along, and he'll knock on doors.
Did you break something again?
I didn't break anything. I might have broken Jade a little bit.
That is bad. She's quite fragile.
It's long story. I'll tell you all about it when we have other people to listen.
Very well.
As you are kind of gathering your teammates, Professor, the goblins are going to be like kind of trying to investigate around the ship. They're going to be looking for any kind of damage or anything like that, any other kind of method that Alistair may have used to try to escape. So they're kind of doing ship deckhand kind of stuff. Meanwhile, Syrian will kind of side up next to you, and he will say, Professor, sir, is there anything that I can do to help?
Maybe head up to the deck and keep an eye. If you do catch an eye for Alice, let us know. Also, keep an eye for Jade. Don't chase her or anything, but just want to make sure she's not out there doing something she'll regret or something that we'll all regret.
Oh, it'd be kind of hard to keep an eye on her if she's far away from the boat, though.
Keep an eye for her, then.
Aye, aye. He'll give you the sentinel salute and go off.
All right.
I think hearing the commotion and the knocking on the doors, Yuki will come out. Maybe a little rumpled. She's taking a nap and really enjoying it because she found a sunspot. I think she'll poke her head out and say, "What's happening? Was something happened to Jade?"
Yes. I need to let everyone know what's transpired.
Yuki will just wait and stare at him like, yeah?
Does Reverie come out?
Yes.
All right. So he'll just right there in the hallway. He'll say, "I'm concerned about Jade. Ren, when was the last time that you've cleared her corruption?"
Ren BRB'd.
Oh. Okay.
I didn't make
Then
it out
I'll-
the door yet.
Okay.
Okay. Ren will respond. You told me not to, that it was not harming her. Why? Has the situation changed?
Maybe. You remember back when we found the map with the ley lines? Well, something in her changed around then, and I think it triggered her, and she's been going to the void to seek refuge and succor from her anxieties and difficulties she's been experiencing. And I think it may have influenced her more than we all thought.
That is not good.
She came to my room, well, as you know, Ren, but what she mentioned, she is determined to track down and eliminate Alistair, which I don't show.
Sorry.
I don't entirely disagree with eliminating the potential threat in Alistair, but she came to my room wanting the marble. She said that she had consulted with the Void and it had told her that it would lead her to him. I got a little bit suspicious, so I set up a deterrent, let's say, in hopes that if she is being influenced by the Void, that hopefully it would keep her from following it. Luckily, it didn't come to that, but she got very, very agitated, very upset when I told her that I would come with her and that I should be the one to wield it. I would assist her. We would all go. As you can expect, the type of response that might have garnered when she's upset. Anyway, she's left. She's kind of stormed out. I'm concerned that she's going to try and go after him on her own. And I'm more concerned about what will happen if she finds him.
I think it's pretty much a given what will happen if she finds him. She will end him.
I went 1v1 against him, and I needed to attune to the marble to put him in any sort of place of defeat. He is a very strong fighter. I'm not saying that she can't beat him. I'm just saying that it's entirely possible that he may have an upper hand.
That is concerning. You're not exactly in the best situation to deal with the problem yourself.
No, that's why I've come to you. I can still cast spells, but it would be an entirely bad idea for me to go into any sort of combat situation. I would not like to go into... I'd like to keep us all away from a combat situation at this point. Our highest priority should be her and her well-being. And I feel very strongly that the Void has whispered sweet things into her ears that has made it impossible to turn away from.
We'll have to get her back. And then we'll worry about breaking that particular connection.
Which way did she go?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since she left my room.
I'd start leaving.
Did you say you start leaving?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Do you have a particular ability to find her that we are unaware of?
I'm going through my spellbook now, but
Very good.
I don't know.
We are not going to think of a plan. We're just going to go. Excellent. Sounds like what we always do. Lovely.
Everyone's got a twin note. Totally shoot her a text message.
Hey, the smart one isn't with us tonight, okay? Also,
Thanks for
speak
the
up and
reminder.
leave us on red. We always struggle so much for Narco's not here.
I could cast Locate Creature if you want a specific location.
I'll pull out my twin note. I'm just gonna write, "Hey Jade, where are you at?"
Where you
Hey,
at?
baby.
You up?
Hey girl, you up?
The group chat buzzes in everybody's pockets.
Stop hitting reply to all.
We haven't figured out the forwarding function yet.
Jade, do you feel the twin note go off?
Yep. Jade will,
Jeffrey is tottering behind you as you make your way through the city. Right? He got
somehow
you.
Jade has, Jade's with Jeffrey.
Okay.
Somehow Jade has fashioned a little rope for Jeffrey to hold on to so that they don't get separated just in case it gets busy somewhere. So they're each holding on one end of a rope.
Oh my god.
And Just to, like those like kids with backpacks.
That's adorable.
And Jade feels her binder vibrate for a moment, and pauses to take it out and look at the note. She says, Reverie's like. She'll write back. Just out for a walk. But do you need me to bring anything?
Reverie's going to write back. I was just looking for some company.
There's a really long pause after that. Jade writes back. Oh, I'm sure Yuki is available.
Ouch.
What?
Thanks. I'll go find her.
You are no longer a sister wife. Good luck.
Are you okay? Did anything happen?
Well, nobody's trying to eat me.
Good start to the day. If you need anything, let me know. I'll be back soon.
Thanks.
So
See
send
you
a little
soon.
heart back.
Okay, well, I don't get the impression that she's going to tell us where she's at, and I'm going to continue going.
What did you say?
Look at your nose.
Everybody. Yeah, everybody can read that.
Ren stares at it. Is subterfuge beyond you?
Is what beyond me?
Subterfuge.
I know what you said, but like, yeah, probably.
Lie to her to make her come back.
I actually think that perhaps Reverie was correct. This is a situation that has to be dealt with incredible tact and delicacy.
We need another.
I don't think misleading her further is going to make her any happier or make it any easier to get her back here.
I think if
I'll
she was
accept.
already upset that she was not able to wield the void on her or wield the marble on her own.
I think she was mostly upset because she saw what I told her as deception, and I guess it kind of was. I led her to believe that maybe she could have it. I never actually told her that she could, but I needed time. Either way, doesn't matter. I accept full responsibility for this situation. We just need to get her back and safe.
And she does not seek subterfuge. I would agree that I would like her back and safe. She's not in her right mind.
I'm sorry, what time of day is it right now?
It's evening right now. Probably looking at like 7, 8 in the evening.
Before or after sunset?
I would say sunset is probably happening, like actively.
Okay. I polymorph into an owl and start flying off.
Effective. Ren points at that and looks at Yuki and goes, "Bat."
Yuki's gonna look at Ren and go, one step ahead of you, and transform into a bat and follow fucking Reverie.
Come, Professor, we will remain on the ground. You're not getting any more Ren rides for a while, though. Come along.
I can fly.
Oh, fine. I will trot along. No water boots, no nothing, just trotting terrestrially. Sounds lovely.
Don't know if you're doing a guilt trip or if you're just being ran on an average Tuesday?
It is Wednesday.
It's actually Thursday.
I was going to say, I think it's actually Thursday.
Damn.
It is hard to keep track of all these days. We've been here so long.
Right. Yuki's going. Are you going also? I think it would be incredibly bad if she were to see me right now.
Then what would you propose to do?
Oh, you could go after her. I'll wait here just in case.
You will wait?
Kind of screws up his face. Like, why'd you say it like that?
You know why I said it like that?
Like, even if I didn't wait here and I came with you, you couldn't do any more for me out there than I can do for myself here. Yes, I'll wait. That's sure.
The skull kind of looks like it smiles for a moment. Very good. Trots off the ship.
I saw that. Then the professor will go up and just sort of hang out with Syrian.
Syrian is dutifully standing guard on deck.
The professor just kind of leans over the railing, looking at the water, but in reality, he's not really looking. His eyes are kind of glossed over as he just spends just like a quick moment to look through. Oh no, I'm far away from Jeffrey. Never mind. There's a distance you can go for looking through your familiar's eyes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like 100.
Like 100 feet or something.
Oh yeah. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I'm just sort of hanging out and looking.
So that's kind of been up in the air because the communicating thing was within 100 feet, but then the sight through your familiar is like a completely different sentence. So I think we had previously ruled it to where as long as you've established the link, you can see through your familiar beyond 100 feet. There's just very limited communication.
Well, you were bonus action.
Do you have to do that when the familiar is with you? Before you send it away?
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, so here, I'll put this up. So it does specify that while your familiar is within 100 feet of you, you can communicate with telepathically. Separate sentence, as a bonus action, you can see through the familiar's eyes. Hear what it hears till the start of your next turn. Gaining the benefits of any special senses it has. Does not specify the 100 feet. And then in the next sentence, it says you can cast the spell with a range of touch. Your familiar can deliver it, but your familiar must be within 100 feet of you, and has to take its reaction. So, yeah, I think you can just turn it on, Professor.
Okay.
Nice.
I'll turn it on just to sort of see where they are, just to see if I recognize the area.
Jade, where would you have wandered off to?
So that's an excellent question. I think Jade just left the ship and just started walking, and eventually did not see where she was going anymore. So I think she probably ended up in this area, up by the Sailor's Haven and around the docks.
Okay.
She said that, like, when she came to herself, she was like, there's not a lot of places around here. It seems like mostly where people sleep. So, can you still hear me?
Yep. Yeah, you
Yes.
dropped for a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think she's just been making her way back up from maybe the beacon,
Mhm.
making her way down.
So would you say that you are kind of by where the Goldwater Trading Company is right now?
I think by now, yeah, she's probably where she's
Kinda where
at.
the token's at. Okay. I think. So don't let me dictate what Jade's actions would be or what her thoughts are, but I think there's a kind of subconscious thought in there, Jade, that you remember the Goldwater Trading Company as a bit of a safe haven, especially given after the incident that happened with you and Reverie at the Civic Rest House when those like frog monsters tried to come and swallow Reverie. You guys found your way here to one of the rooms here in the Goldwater Trading Company, and the workers here kind of kept you in and kept you safe, and Oliver was checking in on you, until your friends came and collected you in the morning. So I think that's a good reason why Jade may have found herself wandering around this area or found her way back here.
Yeah, I think you're right. Because she wouldn't have wanted to head down towards where the Temple of Joaquin is, and where that all happened. And she doesn't want to go back into the merchants area. She doesn't really know a lot of other places. Reverie almost got eaten at the Gilded Griffin. So I think this is the only place that she went that had other people in it that she felt safe enough to go to. It's probably why she headed up in this direction. Well, she is making her way back towards the ship, just very slowly. But I think maybe she'll linger outside for a minute and see if anybody's working.
I mean, you could hear the noise of workers, within the facility. I mean, you can hear ships being unloaded. The doors are closed as they usually are, but you can definitely hear the activity of industry from inside the Goldwater Trading Company. I don't know, would you call it a complex, a campus, whatever you want to call it.
Complex campus.
Sure, why not?
I think Jade hesitates a minute. And she talks out loud to Jeffrey and to David and to whoever else might be listening right now. Now, Oliver might be inside. We could probably tell him what we found.
Professor,
Oh,
I think your senses pick up as Jade starts to say that out loud.
No, Alistair worked for Marcus's parents, not for Oliver. Maybe he could help. Then I have to deal with Noriko being annoyed if I talk to someone and she doesn't give me permission. Maybe we can keep it a secret. I'm gonna knock on the door.
So with that, Professor, you have a pretty good idea of where Jade is currently.
Okay.
And
I
that
will.
Reverie and Yuki have both taken to the skies in their various forms. So, I'm sure you would be able to communicate that to them if you wanted to.
Okay. Let me see if I can run a sending. I need a 16. Yes. I will. Well, that's sent to Whisper. Never Whisper. It was a 17, so I will task sending to Reverie and just say Goldwater Trading Company. I'm assuming that Yuki's kind of flying along behind Reverie.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'll just change directions and head that way then.
As will Yuki.
Ren's trying to fall on the ground. He's like, what? Why? Why? We were going this way. Why did we change? Why?
Poor Red.
It's to stop on the cobblestones. Change his direction.
I love it.
Ren the pedestrian.
He is right now.
Stress eating an apple.
There are no apples at this end of town.
You should really get wings.
Orchard.
You should just
Oh my
keep like
gosh.
spare apples like poked on all the ends of all like your antler points. Just reach up and grab a snow.
Absolutely not. That would be ridiculous. But can we make Ren into a Pegasus? Let's go there.
Oh my god. A death Pegasus.
Deathicus.
Death
He's not
Pegasus.
ridiculous enough as is. I love it.
You should get red boots.
Suzanne is really letting everyone know she's a horse girl, but that's okay. And I like Catherine's a horse girl. It's different.
So you guys shift directions towards the Goldwater Trading Company. Jade, as you knock on the door to the facility, there is kind of one of the dock workers kind of swings the door open, and he kind of looks at you confused, and he says, "Can I help you?" You have not seen this guy before.
Sorry, what was that?
You've not seen this guy before.
Oh, I was just wondering if Oliver was here tonight.
He kind of scratches his head, and he shakes his head. He says, "No, Oliver's not in at this hour. I'm
Oh.
sure you can catch him in the morning, though, if you come back."
Oh, okay. Oh, thank you.
Yep. If you got nothing else from him, close the door.
Yep, and I'll just keep heading out. That's fine, Jeffrey. I can't move Jeffrey, so he just stays there.
Jade, give me a perception check.
Okay.
I'll take a perception check also from Reverie and from Yuki.
Sorry, I'm so unprepared. I set my dice off to the others. Didn't set my dice up yet.
Yuki's really enjoying flying. She forgot how much fun this is. She's not really super paying attention.
I don't know why it whispered.
It does automatically when you use monster stat block.
Oh. Okay.
Referee's monster?
Reverie's owl.
Oh, right. Owls aren't monsters. Owls are our friends.
Yuki, if you polymorph to a bat, I think you also need to use the bat statistics for the perception.
Alright, didn't realize that. Hang on.
I think.
Hold
I think.
please.
I think.
Does
I
that mean
don't
she
know.
gets to do it with advantage?
I could be wrong.
It's
No, I
a
think
27
you're correct.
perception for Jade.
Okay.
Alright.
Ooh, Jade sees shit.
But I got eyes of night. I see everything.
Alright, let me see. Where's my polymorph? Ba 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 ba. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. The target's game stats are replaced by the stat block of the chosen beast. Yes, I guess that means.
Easy.
Poke at the bat. You have advantage on stealth. I don't know if the bat gets anything crazy. No, just.
I don't know. Ha!
What? No.
What? What?
Roll a wisdom check as
Huh?
bat.
Do I have to like find the bat's fucking stat block?
It's a +1.
Okay.
Yes.
So-
Yes, but you got a +1. So roll a d20. And add
There
one.
it is. There it is. Let's just.
Oh, great man.
Sick.
Good job.
Worse.
Well, you tried.
Yuki, you're
Also,
really... Yeah.
she's having a great time. She forgot how fun it was to fly.
Seems legit.
Yeah, Yuki, you're not used to being a bat. This is very different for you. You're just concentrating on trying to stay up in the air.
Happy to be here.
Just happy to be here. Reverie out of 10, though, I would say Jade's a pretty unique looking person. It's a Thursday night. There's not a whole lot of other foot traffic out here. I do think you spot her kind of walking from the Goldwater Trading Company, kind of like meandering her way back towards the ship. Meanwhile, Jade, as you kind of look around, you gaze up at the night sky. In a place like this, you don't really see too many flying animals other than, birds, pigeons, seagulls. But I think you pretty handily spot an owl and a bat. Kind of hovering above your position.
I think Jade spots them and just watches them from where she's at, hand holding Jeffrey's hand.
Jeffrey looks up to the sky and he just points.
Oh, I see them, Jeffrey. I suppose we're not allowed to go on a walk by ourselves.
Jeffrey looks up at you and you get though Jeffrey doesn't speak, he can kind of communicate in like thoughts and visualizations. And the visualization that you get from Jeffrey is kind of just the word friend.
You or them?
Points up at the sky again.
Maybe. They've come all this way, so might as well stop and let them land.
How long until the clop, 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 clop of hooves comes sounding out through the street?
It's not much longer after Reverie and Yuki, I think, spot Jade. You're able to kind of follow their position in the sky, and you see where they're heading, and they're leading you in that direction. And I think it's not too long before you're able to spot Jade on the street as well, Red. So those of you in the sky, are you staying polymorphed, or are you landing, or whatever else you guys want to do?
If Jade has figured out, like, if Jade is just staring me down, like, maybe she knows it's me, maybe she doesn't, maybe, I don't know. I don't want to scare her, but I'll land a ways away. Is there anybody nearby?
There are some passerbys.
Is there a good spot for me to, like, unpolymorph without being seen by anyone except for Jade?
Oh yeah, easily. I mean, there are lots of little like alleyways and spaces between buildings that are kind of tight that don't get a lot of foot traffic that no one really pays attention to. I mean, yeah, there's plenty of spots where you. I mean, I wouldn't even say you even need to check. You can pretty easily find a spot where you can land and polymorph without being spotted.
Cool. I will do so.
Yuki will follow.
But I think Jade, the first unpolymorphed form that you would see would be probably Red clopping in your direction.
Jade just stands where she's at. She doesn't have her hat. She doesn't have her staff. All she's got is Jeffrey's hand. Because she left fairly quickly from the ship before. And she goes, "Did something change from your message?"
Professor thought it best that we find you.
Oh. Did he? Well, you found me. I told you I was on my way back.
Take it easy.
Very easy. I'm just standing here.
Sorry, that was the Juliet.
Oh, okay.
She got mad and started screaming. You're cool. Ren's just kind of watching and waiting. He's not good people, and he knows his weaknesses.
Can I help with anything?
No. Nothing to help with, really. I'm just on a walk. Why was the Professor so worried that he woke you all up?
Has Professor caught up at this point?
I think Professor stayed on the ship.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
it's
stay on the
Oh,
ship.
he's
I
not
didn't want to
coming.
provoke any- I didn't want to provoke anything further. You
This is our problem now, friends. Can Ren do a very subtle detect void level right now?
Sure.
Yeah.
Are you trying to hide that you're doing it?
Nope, because I'm pretty sure she's gonna be salty if I try to hide stuff. So we're just gonna do a check. Ren's not smart, but he figured that one out, I think.
Why don't you? Right, you don't have the spell, right? Or is there a spell?
It's a spell to remove corruption. I can just check though for like
Oh.
levels.
Right. Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
All right, let's go.
Could I notice this?
Probably.
If Red's
Okay.
not hiding it, well, yeah.
Whoa, shitty Arcana check today, friends.
I think Jade watches Ren because Ren has done checks on everyone before, so I think she knows what it looks like when he's doing his Arcana to detect void. And she
Only
just goes, "Oh, I see."
What do you see? That's an 8 total, by the way.
I don't think you can get an exact read, but
Yeah.
But you know it's high. It's
Yeah.
pretty freaking high.
So you
Do you-
talked to the professor and then all of a sudden had to rush from the ship to come find me. Because
thought- You might be in danger.
I might be in danger or I am a danger.
You might be in danger. Jade, you're not a danger.
Not according to the professor.
I do not understand.
I do not consider you a danger either. After everything we just experienced with Alistair.
Not to us. But I would hate to be on your bad side.
That's very nice to say, Reverie. She looks back at Ren. Did you get what you wanted?
No, I do not believe I'm going to get anything I want at this very moment.
What is it that you want, Ren?
I would wish for you to return to a place of peace of mind.
I have peace of mind.
It does not appear so.
Why is that?
You act in a way that is unlike yourself. You feel standoffish, confrontational against your comrades. It is not unusual for you to push back against us in terms of how we behave, how we regard others. But I did not think we'd given you cause to worry about our treatment of you.
I'm not allowed to have feelings and be upset
That is not
go-
what I said.
and go for a walk.
I did not say those things.
You said I'm standoffish.
We've come here to check to see your well-being, and you seem to think that we think you a threat.
Because Professor certainly does. And he's the one who sent you here after me.
Why do you think he sees you as a threat?
Should ask him.
I am asking you.
He got very... Professor likes to study things. And he does not like to give up the things that he studies. And I thought that maybe he would let me borrow the marble for a bit so that I could find Alistair and have Yuki and Reverie come help me. And when I came back, when he told me to get the marble so that we could do that, he suddenly said that, well, he couldn't trust that I was actually the one who wanted to do it. Couldn't trust what I would do with it. Didn't understand the type of power it held, and only he could do that, even though he is so weak right now that he could barely stand in bed. And I got very upset. And I told him if he couldn't trust me, then to at least give it to someone else so that we could do something before we lost more time. And I left to go take a walk. I take it he didn't give any of you the marble.
No, but to be honest, I would not want it in my care regardless.
Right.
You
Well,
said you were on your way back. Can I go with you and we'll talk to the professor together?
I don't really feel the need to talk to Professor any more than I already have. But we're all going the same direction, so we might as well all walk together. Come on, Jeffrey.
Are there ways to achieve your goal without using the marble?
I don't know.
When you say you didn't want to lose any more time, what kind of time? What are you looking to do, Jade? What can we help you with?
Do you know the cult that Alistair belongs to? Do you know what they do to people to get the power that they think that they have?
Yes, Jade, you've told me.
Right, so what do you think will happen if we don't catch him?
What do you think will happen if we go after him unprepared?
I'm not going to fight. You all have a very set idea of what to do, and I am one person and I cannot do it alone, so I will wait for everyone else to figure it out. And when we get to him and we take care of him, I just hope that I don't have any more sisters waiting for me when I go home. And she just starts walking towards the ship.
Yuki knows better than to try to push Jade when she's upset, so she's just gonna let it lie.
Reverie is going to go catch up to Jade real quick. If you want to go search for him right now, I'm with you.
I don't have a way to find him. I need the marble to find him. Unless you have another way of locating him. I don't. I thought the professor would help.
Well, maybe. Though it might take some time.
How much time?
Well, Depends on how cooperative Sovereign wants to be.
Well, if you're willing, that's at least something. I just don't know why he won't let me help. Look at, he got you all riled up.
We'll talk to him too.
You can talk to him if you want to. I don't have anything more to say.
I will talk to him.
What is it that he told you?
He was worried about how much you have been associating with the Void lately.
Funny coming from the person who told me to do it in the first place. I don't do anything but try to help. I did everything he told me to do. And then, I really find it funny that nobody chastises the professor other than Ren, who does it all the time. No one's worried about what the marble's doing to the professor, who refuses to give it up, by the way,
Jade,
and lies about it.
you're my closest friend. That's why I came after you.
I think Jade just looks at Reverie for a minute. Like, just that look that's just like trying to see you don't quite believe the things someone's saying. You're my closest friend too, Reverie.
Okay. Let's tackle this problem together.
Okay. Maybe he'll give the marble to you.
I can try.
Thanks. Just don't want us to run out of time.
So as we walk back, I will begin to consult with Sovereign and see if there are any spells that have not been decoded yet that he would be willing to help with so that I can locate Alistair.
Let's see. Where the hell? There.
Where the hell?
Give me a minute. I will do some research. What's the maximum spell level you guys can cast now?
9.
No.
That
It's 4.
Seems right.
That's a fucking thinking for me.
wait.
Ben, you're my fucking favorite tonight. MVP, Ben. Period.
It's currently 4th.
Okay. thing I'm coming up with is locate creature.
Yeah,
I know which has a
Or-
limited
or-
range.
or locate object. We
Oh.
saw him. Did I see him on the boat? Remind me, please.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you absolutely helped bring him to the boat. So yeah, you totally. Have seen
Okay. Is there an article of clothing that would be like somewhat unique to him? Like, does he have like a cufflink that's custom made or something like that?
Well, let's see. Let's see what I got here. Alistair was known to carry a unique pocket watch on him. You would have witnessed him kind of using this quite often, especially when carrying out duties around the palazzo, to make sure that whatever functions have to happen around the palazzo happen in a timely manner. It is a unique silver kind of pocket watch that he has that does have the Goldwater crest on it. And why don't I'll say retroactively? Why don't you give me either a perception or an investigation check? You notice that there are initials engraved on it, AH. Yes.
Okay, so question: how close to the boat are we by the time I get Sovereign to cooperate?
Let's see. He actually seems pretty actually seems pretty on board with this plan. It's almost like you barely have to coax him at all. It takes a couple of minutes of kind of trying to talk it out, but it doesn't take long at all. So I would say you're probably about how far is it? Well, it's definitely not that. So why don't we call it 200 feet from the boat?
200 feet from the boat?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We're close enough that I'm going to go talk to the professor first.
Okay.
I think Sovereign's found a spell that might help, but let's see if I can get the professor to help us first.
Good luck.
Thanks, I'll do my best.
I'll wait out here.
I'm assuming Reverie, I'm sorry, Yuki and Ren are following behind.
Trot, trot, trot.
Yeah.
And if Jade is going to be staying off the boat, are you guys going to follow Reverie on, or are you going to stay off with Jade?
I'm gonna stay with Jade.
Jade seems pretty mad and hurt feelings. So I think Yuki is going to follow Reverie to kind of give Jade a little bit of space and have less people maybe in her perception that are like, or her perspective that are like watching her. So I think Yuki will follow Reverie.
All right. As you guys approach the boat, as you're about maybe 60 feet away, Professor Syrian will come to your side, and he will alert you that Jade is approaching the boat with Yuki and Reverie and Ren.
He'll nod and he's like, "Thank you," and he'll just sort of stay where he is, but turn to see them board.
Syrian gives another sentinel salute and goes back to his watch.
Good job, Mousetrap.
I'm also gonna send Mara to like the Goldwaters estate and see if like she can see Alistair like headed that direction, or maybe locate him there.
Sure, yeah. Give me, I guess, have Mara give me a perception check.
It whispered again, but it's a 21.
Oh, haha. So along the path to the palazzo, and kind of like as she's hovering around and flying about, she will report back that she will not be spotting Alistair.
Okay, I'll let her go do her thing for a little bit.
Okay.
And then I'll go track down the professor.
He's just standing on the deck of the ship.
Hey, Professor.
Hey, she all right?
She's upset, and I think it's completely understandable.
He nods. Yes, I would expect so.
Do you think that the marble would help her find Alistair quicker?
I don't know. I can tell you what it does for the average person, or at least for me to be attuned to it.
What does it do?
And I will this year, and I'll just say, like, I can, as we saw before, equalize the health of all my allies within 30 feet. You can use its power to give one person advantage on attack rolls at the expense of one of your ability modifiers. You can invoke the marble's power to gain insight into the balance of the universe by kind of sending out a question. Maybe that's what she's talking about. Will caution that does leave you susceptible to the whispers and the dangers of everything that's out there. And it is worth noting that the marble is sentient. And all these times I've been thinking that I've been speaking with Jeffrey, I think I was speaking with the marble. That being said, it also gives you the ability to choose to experience or negate any and all of the void's corruption. I've chosen to nullify mine. That being said, the reason why I say I don't know is because I don't know the effects of using the marble in tandem with the void itself. And if the Void has told her to use it, that she needs to be the one to do it, I don't know what that looks like.
How high do you think her corruption is?
I can't sense it. But judging by the way her out of character reactions have been, he kind of pauses and hesitates chews on his words carefully as he tries to find the right word. He's like, the desperation to take the marble. I'd be willing to wager very high.
I think she's just desperate to make sure nobody else falls victim to this cult like she did.
That's reasonable.
And that the marble might be a tool to make sure that that doesn't happen to anybody else. But I also see where your concern is coming from. So I have a proposal.
He nods.
My corruption is almost none currently. Would you let me try?
He will hold out a hand and it just sort of manifests above his hand, kind of floating there. And he says, take heed. Everything about this marble, its entire existence is based on balance in its entirety. Pure, unadulterated balance. And anything the marble will do for you, it will exact as an equal and opposite from you. And he'll just hold it out for her to take.
So if I find somebody, it'll let somebody find me? In theory?
Certainly let Vaxis find you.
Well, people have been hunting me anyway. Are you sure you're okay with letting me try?
Yeah, it's fine. And if I'm entirely honest, I would have given it to Jade if it wasn't for how it came to pass. If it wasn't the Void that told her to use it, she'd be attuned to it right now.
Okay.
Oh, suddenly someone's all concerned about the Void stuff, Mr. Void.
I have 250 years of dancing the edge. I know when to pull back. Somebody else has not learned where her voice ends and the voice of the Void begins.
Oh shit.
You don't know either.
Thank you, Professor.
I'm pretty sure I know.
I will return this to you when I'm done.
He nods.
Hey, Joe.
Yes. Yes.
Do I have to spend a full hour attending to this thing?
No. However, it is still attuned to Professor.
Do you have to... Doesn't it just drop if somebody else tries to attune to it?
It's always been kind of a gray area, I think. I know what I've done in game, as a player, what I've done in games in the past, but I don't know if there's an official rule on it. So let's look it up.
Let's figure
Either
it
way,
out.
if it doesn't just end, like I'll just let it end, whatever that entails.
So ending attunement. If the item has been more than 100 feet away for at least 24 hours, if you die, if another creature attunes to the item, or you can voluntarily end attunement by spending a short rest focusing on ending it.
Ah, I see. So let's see. So
Here's the link.
oh, I knew it had to be in there. Just let's see.
It does say if another creature attunes to the item.
Your attunement is no longer satisfied the prerequisites. 100 feet. If you die, if another creature attunes. Okay. Well, so Reverie, are you going to attempt to attune to this item?
Yeah.
You tune to the item that says, "Hey, girl."
I have to end attunement to another, so but like, I'm just gonna try attuning to it first.
As you go to start attempting to attune to it, Professor, there is a terrible psychic pressure that begins bearing down on you. It rises like a tide and it growls like a bear. I need you to give me a charisma saving throw.
Ooh. Let it ride.
Oh,
Oh, buddy.
So
Get it all out now during this part.
oh man.
So that's a -5.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Oh fuck. And Professor,
So
you are...
success, right?
No.
Uh-oh. Maxis doesn't like his toy being taken away.
Mm. His toy being the professor.
Yeah.
Professor, you're gonna take 15 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
Which is doubled because you still have that vulnerability, since it has not yet been 24 hours.
Yeah.
Reverie, as you attempt to attune to the marble, you find that it resists you. You are unable to do so. Professor, as this attunement attempts to break, you hear laughing in your head and a voice that says, "You can't get rid of me that easily."
He just sort of like, as Reverie tries to attune, he'll like drop to his knees and hold his head with both hands and let out like a scream. Ah!
Jade runs up to the ship, hearing that happen.
Trot, following.
What happened?
He's like on his knees in front of Reverie, just like holding his head as she's holding the marble.
This does not look good.
You got the marble.
I think the marble has
I did, but
Let me see it.
Jade, I'm worried about what might happen given Professor's reaction just now to me taking the marble.
If it's hurting the professor just to have the marble be taken from him, then it's not good for him to have at all.
Would you say the same about your own void powers, Jade?
You've all been against the void from day one anyway, so what would it matter if I said yes or no?
It would matter if you were applying the same logic to your condition as his.
You assume I have a condition.
Stop antagonizing her, Ren.
Can somebody heal the professor,
I
please?
understand. Yes. Yeah, lost 30 points. Let's see.
Reverie, I really think I can help.
I know.
That is an artifact of creation. That's not a regular magic item. It's not bound by the same rules.
Exactly.
Maybe we should
Jade?
just take a minute and see what is happening to Professor before anybody else tries to attune to this thing.
It doesn't want to leave me. That's all.
Jade, I promise I'm going to help you every way I can. But Professor does bring up some good points. Let me hold on to it for now. And we'll get this sorted out.
But I can help. I can help now. I'm the only one who can help.
Why is that?
Because none of the rest of you are attuned to the void like I am. Professor
Well-
was.
Why does that make a difference?
You heard what he said. The marble's all about balance. The void and the marble are things that are so outside of the realm of stuff. Reverie, you don't have enough void in you to balance out whatever's trying to do. I do.
Hey, Joe.
Yes.
Do I get a sense why the marble resisted me?
Ooh. Give me an insight check.
Can I argue for Arcana?
Yeah, you can do Arcana.
Can I help?
Hold on. Yeah, can the professor help?
Yeah.
Let's get that answered first before I
How
decide
does
to
your-
burn an inspiration.
How much of a headache do you have right now? Where do you think it came from?
This fuckery.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure it's a headache based on fuckery.
Ren's like, you lot.
Yes, that's where my headache comes from.
And just gestures to all of us, like,
I know where the pain comes from.
Yes, Professor can help.
Good.
Okay, I'm spending inspiration. Fuck you, dice.
Okay.
16, I guess.
Somebody's got guidance, right? Somebody's got guidance.
Yeah, Naruto, she's gone.
Naruto.
Wait, you can't be the
Marco's
only
got
one
an-
with guidance.
Yes.
Marco's doing stuff with Marcus down in the basement.
Well, shit.
Guidance
All right.
not on the wizard spell list. I can't steal it.
Oh, that's right. It's not. I would even say though, like, even on a 16, take your inspiration back. On a 16, 16's fine. On a 16, Reverie, what you pick up, Professor mentioned that this is a sentient item. It has some kind of mind of its own. The impression that you get is that whatever sentience is inside this item doesn't seem to want to let Professor go. So any attempt at unattuning it, or someone else trying to attune to it, will likely be met with a similar resistance.
Okay. So next question. Professor said this is a sentient item. Do I sense a presence from the item? Like, or more specifically, do I think there's a way for me to communicate with this item?
And is Reverie the only person who can break it in just the right way to free it?
Ooh.
Not again!
Yeah.
Professor, why don't you give me an Arcana check on that one?
Okay.
Minus 8. Can I help the professor? I'm very helpful. And I also have proficiency in Arcana.
Yeah, sure.
I'm helpful.
Yeah, you are.
That plus 11's really showing up for us here tonight.
Yeah, seriously. Jesus.
I love to help, just adding like 1 to the roll.
I help.
Yeah, you did.
You're kind of. This is more like, yeah, you're super helpful, big guy. Thanks.
See Reverie BRB, so I'll let you know what she finds out when Reverie gets back. As far as Professor, your thought is of, hey, can Reverie break this thing? When you saw Reverie break the gem in the Thieves Guild, this was an item that was created by I don't want to say like your typical magic user, but this was not created. That item that she broke was not created basically by a god. So very much so something that would be within her power. This item though is on a completely different level. It would take much more than a single person to kind of crack this thing open, so to speak. I mean, you guys found this item in the astral plane. It was beat up as it was, and pretty much a fully grown dragon had basically slammed this thing through multiple levels of a stone tower on the astral plane, full of other stupid magic stuff, and the worst that happened to it was it got a chip. You know? It's going to take something much more to be able to break this kind of thing, and things that come to mind, maybe another god, perhaps some kind of ritual. It's going to take some heavy firepower for this item.
Is there any checks I could do to tell me whether or not there's any possibility that what Jade's saying could be right? Like, could she use the void and take it and wield it?
You've studied this quite a bit, and I think it's not going to be a very helpful answer, but I think you're still kind of at the stage where, yes, you are understanding its capabilities, yes, you are understanding kind of the sorts of things that this can do, but not enough to not say that, well, almost anything is possible.
Okay.
Now that Reverie has come back, so Reverie, you're writing on your Arcana check about what you're kind of getting from this item. As you began to attune to it, it kind of felt like an angel on one shoulder and a devil on the other. There's an odd duality to the sentience of this item. Yeah. I forget. There was another part of that question that you had, and I can't remember what it was now.
Do I think there's a way for me to communicate with it?
I mean, it's sentient, so it's certainly listening.
Okay. Jade, do you trust me?
Of course I trust you.
Let me try, please.
Once more.
Reverie is going to try and reach out with her will towards the marble, and just with all her effort, try to communicate and ask, why do you resist me?
Brat dude comes out and just says, "Ah."
It bitches be cray.
There's a response there's like a mental response memory, and what you get is you kind of imagine the words being spoken to you, but the voice itself, it almost sounds like nothing. It almost sounds like if you were to hear its true voice. It's the kind of stuff that would undo worlds, but its message to you is about as amicable as can be, and it says to you, I do not wish to resist, but I'm being held back. And then,
By what?
as you ask by what, there is another...
Swear to God, if I take 48 psychic damage.
As you ask by what, that voice, that feeling kind of fades away, and there is a flash of a face in your mind. And it says to you, because he is now mine.
Who? The professor?
Yes, he may not realize it yet, but he is.
Well, that's concerning. Do I get any, do I feel any emotions towards this creature that's now talking?
You don't like him.
Hmm.
Doesn't seem to be very benevolent.
Are you using him?
No more than he is using me.
So, an equal trade?
For now.
Hmm. Would you be open to another equal trade?
What is your offer?
I don't know what you want, but I can tell you what I want.
And what is it that you want?
I want to locate a man named Alistair and end the cult he is part of.
I may be able to help with that.
What would you like in return?
The same thing that I have asked your professor, and it is a simple ask. I want a soul.
Any soul?
No, not just any soul. Although I will admit, I don't know which one I want yet. But I will know it when I see it.
Well, I might just be able to help you. I'll try to tune to the marble again.
There is kind of a fading laugh as you attempt to tune. Professor, you feel the attunement to the marble drop, and Reverie picks up on you.
Okay, so question.
Yes.
Do I need to unattune to an item?
If your attunement slots are full, yes.
Unattune, add marble to my items. Okay. So now that I'm attuned, I will ask, where is Alistair?
The answer... hang on a sec. The marble will answer you. Actually, are you using any of its ability, or are you just asking it?
Oh, geez, let me reread its abilities.
While you're doing that, once the attunement drops, does all the corruption that's been staved off just come rushing back, or is it just sort of like a fresh start?
No, fresh start. If you had decided to not take any corruption, then you still don't have any.
Okay.
But I will say, Reverie, that if you have any corruption, you can choose to now erase it.
I won't yet. I've only got one level. So reading the abilities, I don't see any that would help in this specific scenario.
I mean, it is a sentient item. It can communicate telepathically with you, so you can at least talk to it. The other thing that you could use would be that Harmony's duality property.
Oh, hold on.
It would give you probably a stronger, more definitive answer. Otherwise, just talking with it, it is kind of you're kind of limited to just what the marble knows.
Yeah, I'll use the Harmony's duality.
All right. So, now Reverie is vulnerable to psychic damage for the next 24 hours.
So we're just gonna pass this marble around to everyone in the crew. So we're all vulnerable to psychic damage for today.
That's kind of funny. All right, so
The next one blinds you. Yuki's the only one who just says nah on that one.
Absolutely not.
Let's see. So you are opening your mind to all of reality, and you ask the question, what was it? Where is Alistair?
So that's, yeah, so I was going to word it that way. However, I become aware of this ability once I attune to it, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to word it a little more specifically then. How do I find Alistair in the quickest way possible?
The answer will come back.
Can I retroactively do something, Joe?
What's that?
I need to dispel my clip of warning so our ship doesn't blow up.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. It's totally fine.
What did you do?
A clip of warning and hit it in the room so that if the marble was taken by an ally, it would explode.
Yeah. Jade went and asked the professor if she could have the marble, and then he's like, yeah, come back in an hour. I can't do it right now, but come back in an hour. Jade's like, awesome, I'll come back in an hour. And the hour she was gone, he booby-trapped the room to explode if she took it. And not once did she try to take it. She asked if she could use it.
Yeah, Jade, I'm really concerned about you. So if you try to take this artifact, I'm going to murder you.
Not just me. Not just me. Also, you better hope that does enough damage, because if it didn't, oh.
Alright, give me a second.
Oh man, I missed that show. I don't remember that show, but I miss it. Nostalgia is like that. Does the professor call home to Z and be like, "Hey Z, so remember that guy that you guys spent a good chunk of your adventuring life tracking down and destroying, and Sepka turned into a giant golden dragon, and Seppi was a dragon and destroyed his lair and everything else. He lives in my head now. Is that
Remember that
cool?
god?
Remember that guy?
Remember the god that you guys almost died fucking trying to kill?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's gonna go great.
He lives inside of my brain now.
We're
How
bud.
are you used to that?
He would have told her, although he didn't know that he was still in there, because the last that he had interacted with it is that he disappeared when he attuned to it. And
Oh
he was
my
very,
god.
Maxis
Until
was
last
very
night.
upset about it.
Please
So it
tell
depends
me
if
please tell me that Vaxis overheard like their adorable phone calls at night and like
I felt disgusted because that'd be hilarious. Oh my gosh, get me out of here.
how was your day, honey? Like
if Reverie will disclose the details of the interaction she had, I think that there would be a bigger concern, and he would probably say, "Hey, how did you destroy this guy before?" Knowing that he's not gone and that he's attached to whoever has the marble.
yeah.
As I am trying to get more into the theme of actually using a divination spell, there is an answer. Basically, asking the marble in this way is kind of like using a divination spell. So there is a response that you receive, Reverie. Upon the stones where ley lines meet, a shadow waits on silent feet. Seek the truth where whispers blend. A friend or foe you must contend.
I'm going to write this in the group chat.
Reverie, why are you writing poetry at a time like this?
I need to know what it means.
It means we go to this place and we find someone that might be a friend. Why do you not know what your own poem means?
It popped into my head
What popped into your head?
after talking with the marble, the poem.
The
And
marble talks back. Excellent.
The marble sentient.
I was really think that was just the voices in your head. I was trying not to say anything.
And keep up.
I need to know where ley lines meet.
There's the map.
Oh, that's right. We do have a map.
Naraka probably has it. I do not want to bother her.
I do.
The ley lines meet at the Standing Stones.
Is that close?
No,
You know where that is.
I was on the map.
Excellent.
I'm just gonna write in all caps. Narco, we need you.
Let's move back to the world map real fast. We
Oh,
haven't
it's a
seen
map.
this. Haven't seen this in a while.
Hey, we
Yeah.
really haven't.
Oh,
We've
no,
been here
it's
for
Godzilla.
forever.
Yeah. The Standing Stones are all the way up towards where the wild pines are.
Up this way. So
Back towards Belgrade.
Oh.
looking
Shit,
at,
we gotta go back the other way.
looking at about a 2 to 3 day journey by foot. You could take the boat to kind of like this area here and like shave off a day.
We wouldn't
Oh
be back.
no, but what about the wedding?
Alistair went to the Standing Stones then, if that's where the ley lines meet.
By himself?
I don't know. I doubt it. I doubt I can get another answer like that anytime soon, also.
Curious.
And with the wedding so close at hand,
If he went,
every one of us making that journey is going to be impossible.
but if he ran from the city and they went to the ley lines, then they might be trying to regroup, hide, where they think they feel powerful.
Or they might be trying to enact something.
Might be.
I'll look over to Jade and ask, what do you want to do? Do you... I know this is urgent. Do you want to leave now, or do you want to stay for Narco's wedding?
Jaden looks off for a minute, like she's looking past everyone, and she goes into thought. I was worried they were going to do something to someone here to get their power back, to enact something against us. If they've already gone to where the ley lines are, they're running. They're not here. That doesn't mean they can't do something here, though. We can't leave Nariko and Marcus alone. They were the whole point. You had them in the basement. Part of the whole plan revolves around Nariko and Marcus. And Marcus's family, anyway. If they're trying to do something, we have to be here to protect them.
What about the Sentinels?
Tip
Can we
away.
reach out to them?
Sentinels are on the other continent.
Also,
If
they have
they're-
teleportations. Sorry.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
possible they have teleportation abilities to this continent as well. We saw some magic happening.
Would you like me to try to reach out to Fedwin?
Why did that make me laugh?
It's okay, I thought the man of your dreams. I stay quiet.
Because of the impending fucking chaos that it's gonna bring.
Oh my gosh.
Why not just reach out to the sentinel actually at the building? Syrian is here.
You want to send Syrian on his own?
I don't think that's a wise choice to send Syrian on his own.
Mousetrap?
Syrian is here and would be able to tell us what of the sentinels to reach out to at his... I guess it's not really a monastery or anything, but at their building.
Is Syrian still right there with us?
Assyria is still standing guard on deck.
Right. Ren's gonna look at him expectantly. Hmm?
You want me to summon the sentinels here?
No, who's not keeping up?
Who at your bunker could we reach out to for help to see if they have a way of teleporting this far?
Ooh, let us talk to Marley. I heard she is very capable.
Oh, Sentinel Marley, she's a terror.
That is why I like her so much.
Oh,
She's so scary.
I mean, listen, she knows what she's doing, and I think that's what makes it the scariest.
Look, I believe she's from Medalister.
She's an absolute monster. Contact somebody, right?
Do those billowing cloaks come with some way of contacting your brothers and sisters in arms?
I can send them a message in the morning if no one else can.
I have a direct line of communications to the Thorns of the Black Rose.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, that would work.
You can just say your girlfriend. We all know.
Does she have a way to teleport here?
But the wizard does.
Wait, your girlfriend?
Yeah, I'm sure
Okay,
she
most
has a
of
way of
us knew.
talking to. What's his name? Telegram? T-Dot?
Telephone?
Telephone?
Lord Captain Commander?
Are you
No,
talking
not that one,
about,
the other one.
Are you
Sending
talking
to.
about Telvar?
Oh,
Telvar!
that's
That's
right.
it. Wait, I mean, I met Telvar. I can send a sending to him. Gonna have to remember that name.
You could write it down in your notes.
It's
We also
certainly
have-
an interesting name.
We also have Syrian and Silas here that we can send on foot after them for now. That we can report back with. I can cast sending.
I am uncertain if Silas would be effective at this particular mission. And perhaps if we send the goblins with him.
Fine, then send them all.
I mean, just a straight teleport is pretty high level. I mean, you'd probably have to try to contact, the Lord Captain Commander himself. I'm sure he knows somebody. But if you know someone who has that kind of powerful magic, I'm sure they would be able to do it too.
So we're back to this. And Yuki will walk away and go to her cabin and try to meditate and
What?
contact Fedwin.
We could just talk to him. There's more than one person who can cast a sending.
Siri just
She's already gone.
Siri just kind of blinks and turns to the rest of you and says, did I say something wrong?
No,
And
she
she's
just
looking-
leaves sometimes.
She's looking for an excuse to dream about Fedwin in his small place.
Fedwin cannot leave from wherever he is at. All he can do is get us in touch with someone else. In the meantime, why don't we just send Syrian and Silas, who wants to get out of here anyway, and the goblins after Alistair, at least to keep us abreast of the situation while we protect Noriko and Marcus here and the Goldwater family.
You know, I will say, the goblins are actually quite adept at scouting. I mean, they can cover quite a bit of distance in a short amount of time. Sending them ahead might not be a bad idea.
My biggest concern is that they were going to do something to someone immediately so that they could try to gather power. But if they're running, if they're going to pull back to go and do something else, this gives us time.
Okay.
I agree.
Alright, Syrian, who I'm assuming is up here.
Oh yeah.
Syrian, Silas, Goblin, friends. And she's going to look at the goblins very specifically. Do you know what Alistair looks like?
Oh yeah, we were staring at him for all day, all night.
Yeah, he escaped under your watch. I expect he won't escape a second time, will he?
Give me an intimidation check.
Yeah, man.
My intimidation's not great, but I did roll a 16. So it's gonna be 19.
Yeah, I think that's still scary.
You see, the goblins kind of like swallow. You see, the rest of you kind of see this really kind of, I don't want to say odd, but seemingly out of place kind of like forcefulness from Jade. And you see the goblins kind of trade a glance, and one swallows nervously. He says, "No, it won't get away again. We promise you. And no chance. Not under our watch, Miss Jade. Not again."
She smiles. That's what I thought. And then she looks at Syrian and Silas, and she says, "We better keep up with the goblins."
Syrian will give you the sentinel salute. Silas just kind of shrugs and says, "Yeah, of course. Yes, absolutely."
Before the goblins run off, Ren will stop his particular little goobler goblin and stress to him, "This is a scouting mission. You are not to engage directly with this enemy. He is powerful and dangerous. We require the information that you will report back to us. Am I understood?"
You see the two goblins that are kind of behind the head one, they're like kind of chatting with each other in goblin. One of them starts to kind of like take out like some kind of like bomb, like explosive device. And as you kind of utter those words, they kind of like freeze and like look at you, and you see slowly just kind of like puts it back away. One goblin looks at you, Ren, and says, "Yes, understood, sir."
Do not be caught napping by this enemy. They will not show them mercy. Be careful.
We will not be caught sleeping again.
Hopefully you catch them sleeping, though.
So, to be clear, you don't want us to do anything. You just want us to watch.
No. Stop them if you can. If they're doing anything.
Try to save any innocent lives if they are involved. Preserve life.
Except theirs.
Understood.
But you may well be sending them to a death sentence if you tell them to engage with Alistair.
Syrian and Silas will be with them.
Forgive me if that does not fill me with any confidence.
Do you wish to go with them yourself?
No. In part of me I do, but I feel I'm needed here.
I think, so I do think that Nargo would probably take exception to setting the Corvus off. So I do think that the goblins and Syrian and Silas will kind of find their own their own ship, obviously smaller than the Corvus, to kind of take off once you're ready to send them on their way.
Sounds logical.
Oh, good. Good. That means they're out of the city.
So that means
Okay.
Syrian and Silas are gone. Pop.
Jade,
Yes.
you think that Narco and Marcus and his family might be in danger?
Alistair seemed very intent on any discussion he was having with Marcus. That he was doing this for their family. He was doing it, whatever it is he was doing, to benefit the family. Unfortunately, sometimes that means doing awful things. If Alistair thinks that he's lost his family, I don't know what he'll do. But we know for certain that they were very interested in Marcus and Noriko getting married. So either that was an opportunity that dropped into their lap, and they were just trying to follow through with it so that they could potentially influence Noriko or get their hands on their children, because they were very concerned with what children they were going to have. But I think that if they were going to do anything against them, if they were doing this for the family and thought that they might be the better stewards of the family, I think the wedding would probably be the place for them to do anything harmful. Everyone will be there, all of the families. And we know there's one from each person, at least, involved with the families that are part of the cult. They might be doing what Rufus is doing with the Void Cult and pulling back to direct people or try to cast some sort of greater magic from where they are at. And if we are here, we can make sure we protect them if that happens. And if nothing happens, then we know where to go next.
Okay. So we keep an eye out through the wedding and then head to the Standing Stones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Reverie. And she goes to hug Reverie.
I'll hug her back.
I think at this point, y'all would notice like David's eyes light up a bit in Jade's bag, and you hear his voice come out. He says, "Miss Jade, I understand, and I get, and I agree with wanting to go after this cult and try to keep them from harming any others the way they have harmed others in the past. But don't you think it was a little bit forceful the way you were speaking to the goblins and Cyrus and Syrian? They are our allies after all. I understand the importance of wanting to drive the importance of what their mission is, but it doesn't. I feel like there's a little bit of change in you, Miss Jade."
She's going to keep hugging Reverie, and then she pulls back a bit. And she talks to David, but to everyone else as well, and she just says, "People grow up."
The lights on David's skull kind of dim a bit, and he says, "I understand growing up, but would hate, and I'm sure your father would hate to see you grow up bitter.
Maybe when we pluck the bad things from the world, it'll be a sweeter day.
That would be an awfully large task, Miss Jade.
Well, we'll start with Alistair, and we'll see how many are left.
If I'm being honest, Miss Jade, I don't know if I quite like the influence that the void is having on you. That's all I'm going to say about it, and I know what you're feeling. But that's all I'll say about it, and I'll leave it at that.
I didn't get a lecture when I went into the room of people sleeping and killed a bunch of them, David. I don't think I need a lecture now. Just sending our allies to find our enemies and stop them if necessary.
You hear David say, right, sorry, and the lights in his eyes will dim.
Gregory, how did you get the marble to do that this time, when it wouldn't before?
I talked to it.
What did it say?
I told the marble that I wanted to find somebody, and it said that it also wants to find someone.
Who does it want to find?
I don't know yet. I don't think it knows yet.
Oh. Could I talk to it?
Reverie gives Jade a bit of a concerned face and says, "Can I discuss things with the professor first, since he's more familiar with it than I am?"
Like Jade just looks hurt for a second. Then she takes a step back. What?
It's nothing against you, Jade. I just have cause for alarm when it comes to the marble now. Out of character, I will say I expect this to turn into a pretty lengthy conversation. And as we are closing in on the end of the night, I will probably be doing this in Textarpy.
Okay.
Sure. So, I would like to cut over to Yuki for a moment. Yuki, you've broken away from the rest of the group. And you're trying to contact Fedwin?
Yeah. I can also do that in RP in the chat. Since, again, like we're getting close to 11, I don't want to monopolize for shenanigans. I can do that in Texty Wexy if anyone has anything more pertinent they would like to do.
Wexty.
What?
Wexty, Wexty.
Texty
I love it. Texty Wexty sounds amazing.
Wexty.
Brandon's got nothing to do. He's sitting there confused. He's like, Jade is being strange.
I do not understand it. Void is bad. Yep, that's what my boy's thinking.
Only person who
Attaboy,
can
Ren. But Jade will
Yeah.
not consent for me to fix it, and I do not like doing things without people's consents.
Yeah, ultimately because like Yuki kind of wanted to update Fedwin anyway on kind of what they found and what's been going on and all of that kind of nonsense. So hearing that, you know, it'd be great if the Sentinels could give a help to tracking Alistair and getting there before we'll be able to, kind of just gives her the green light to do it. So she's going to. Or going to try. Let's put that. She's going to try.
Sorry, I got.
You're good.
Why-
You're good. You're good.
So she's going to try. I'm sorry. What is? Can you repeat? I'm so sorry. Can you repeat what Yuki was going to try?
It's okay. I'm sure you are coordinating 9 million things right now. It's all good. No, I was just saying that Yuki kind of wanted to update Fedwin anyway because they've kind of discovered some pretty voidy, fucky, sort of culty new information. So she kind of wanted to update him anyway, so he's in the know just in case it didn't get to him through Sentinel channels. So she was kind of wanting to do that anyway, and then hearing that with Alistair at the ley lines, the crossroads, whatever, kind of just gave her the green light to go and do it. So kind of like twofold.
Okay.
Why she wants to reach out to him, but again, I can do that in chat.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can start it out. We got a couple minutes left. So, what is Yuki doing to try to get this kicked off?
Yeah, so I think Yuki is going to go to her room and she's going to light some incense. She's going to make a, essentially, she's going to make kind of like a simmer pot of tea. And she is going to use, what is she going to use? Let me look at her little list of what she's got. Let's see. So she's gonna use some Dragon's Blend, which enhances magic because she doesn't really have that much magiciness. So she's gonna use that. She's gonna also use where is it? Morning Berry, which is relaxing and soothing, and her Elcomet to kind of foster positivity because she wants to kind of, not bring him more bad news. She kind of wants to just have this be like a positive update, like, hey, we found out more information. The information's not great, but we're gonna use some extra stuff to try to make it a little more positive. So she's gonna light some incense and she's gonna make her tea and she is going to start to meditate. And in her meditation, she's going to do her Yuki thing that she hasn't done in a while. She's gonna sit crisscross applesauce, like candles lit around, room very serene. She has her window cracked in her room a little bit, so he hears the waves lapping against the side of the ship. It's very soothing, very calming. And then she'll, as sitting crisscross applesauce, she'll have her little paws on her lap and she'll start to make tiny little biscuits. Little Zen biscuits, and start purring. And as she's doing so, she is going to try to reach out to Fedwin and say, I know. So hard to do without laughing. I'm not sure if you do like being called the man of my dreams, even though you did come to me in my dreams, so maybe this is better, and we can connect through this meditation. Lord Captain Commander Fedwin of the Sentinels, I beseech you, hear my voice and come speak with me.
Why don't you give me...
Give you all the things.
Oh my gosh, what is a good check for this? Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Give me an insight check.
All right. Where are we? It's a +6. I'm gonna burn my inspiration, see if I can get a little higher.
Okay.
There it is. Now we're fucking talking.
So as you reach out to Fedwin in this meditative state, you kind of find yourself, as you close your eyes, you find yourself kind of enshrouded in this. It's not quite a room. It's not quite an entire plane. But you find yourself standing on soft ground, surrounded by like a white, foggy kind of mist. And as you kind of like open your eyes in this space, and kind of in the distance you see like a dark, shadowy kind of silhouette, almost like trying to look at somebody through fog that's like backlit, you know. Slowly this image starts to come into focus, and what you see is a shorter woman, humanoid. She's got like red shoulder-length hair. She's got green eyes. She's wearing cleric's garb with the Eye of the Sentinel on the front. And you see, she kind of looks at you and she blinks and she tilts her head a bit and she says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Hello. Who are you?"
Hello. I am Yuki Musaka. Who are you?
"I am a servant of the Sentinels. Let's leave it at that for now. You are looking for Fedwin?"
Yes.
"Why?"
My business with Fedwin is for Fedwin. I do not mean to be brash or rude or insulting. There is danger afoot, and I do not know who to trust.
I feel like I want to make a foot joke, but
Do it!
I can't think of one.
We all need to take a pause.
Oh my.
Good one.
I got a marsh chuckle. I'm good now.
I had to unmute for it.
Appreciate you.
That's how you know it's serious.
Yeah, yeah. It's good.
She takes a look at you and she says, "Okay." And you see she kind of reaches an arm out, which kind of extends out beyond this foggy area, and you hear her say, "Fedwin, someone's looking for you." And her arm reaches out. It's kind of out of focus, and slowly it starts to come into focus, and you do see old man Fedwin through the fog. He's holding on to a giant steaming bowl of ramen. And with a mouthful of noodles, he stands up and he says, "Oh, Yuki, hi!" And he slurps up and swallows the noodles real quick.
Yuki will smile, relieved that she doesn't have to fight someone in this ether space.
You'd lose.
Of course she would. 1,000 times over she would. That doesn't mean she wouldn't try. And she will smile, a genuine, true smile that she hasn't done in quite some time. And she will say, "Lord Captain Commander, it is a pleasure to see you again, sir."
You're not going to call me the man of your dreams again, are you?
We're not in a dream, so that would make no sense.
You're not gonna be weird, are you?
Challenge fucking accepted, bro.
He kind of finger guns at you and says, "Got it." With that, it's 11 o'clock, and we can pick this up.
Yeah.
Chat or next session.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
there's so much chat to be done. I'm excited.
I look forward to the chat.
Let's do it now.
Yeah.
Let's do it now.
I'm fine with now. I'm not tired, so.
You thought I was going to wait?
We started late. We can go another half hour.
I cannot do another half hour like that. I gotta do stuff.
Sure you can. Call out of school.
Call out of
Take a
school.
day.
No.
Call out of school.
No. As much as I like to make my bosses miserable, I like to pick ideal times for that. And it's the end of the 9 weeks this week, so I want to try to get some things taken care of.
That makes sense.
Fine.
Responsibilities and all.
We actually start an hour early tomorrow. It's our long week,
Oh.
so this is my last
Damn.
10-hour day tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a plus at least.
Yeah, it's 3-day weekend. So, woo!
It does help.
And then I'm on vacation next week too. So, woo! Even more.
It absolutely also
Yeah.
helps.
We love that for me.
See.
I will stay a few more minutes, but not a full half hour for RP shenanigans. But I will stay a few more minutes.
Well, I'm gonna take off. I will catch up with all the nonsense later. You guys have a wonderful night.
You
Night.
too. Good
Bye,
night.
guys.
Bye.
I'll take some nominations as well for this evening. I myself would like to nominate Reverie because she did a lot of she did a lot on this session for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
You made some choices.
She made some choices.
Reverie.
She made some bold choices.
Jade, 1,000 times over.
Yeah.
Professor, all of it.
Professor also had some really good moments.
Hell yeah, I did.
Did I though?
You rigged the ship to explode if somebody took your marble.
Yeah,
That is true.
you're gonna take everybody down with you. It couldn't be a thing that like
If
It
he
could be a thing
needed
like,
to
oh, it
use
went
it,
off.
it would be blackmail.
It went off.
Not black.
it,
yeah,
it
kind
went
of
off
blackmail.
and like, oh, now you have it stains you or something, so I can always see that you did it. It's I'm just gonna explode this part of the ship.
It was more of a choose your next things wisely, because if you choose to go down the path of trying to steal this from me, it will blow up the ship. Don't do it.
Yeah, because that's a perfectly appropriate response.
Right?
I
See
mean,
what I mean? Professor was wrong. Jade was right. She asked so nicely.
no, if Jade was right. I don't know if I'd go that far. That's a bit of a stretch.
Look, I don't know the outcome will be, but she did the right thing. She went to the professor. She told the professor everything.
Yeah.
And she asked if he could help her.
I'll agree with that.
She asked to use it. He's like, I can't give it to you right now. Come back in an hour. She's like, oh, that's wonderful. Thanks, Professor. I knew you'd understand.
Then rigged
Comes
it
back
to
in an
fucking
hour.
blow.
Comes back in an hour, and he's just like, yeah, by the way, I don't think you can handle this. She's like, what the fuck? You just said I could do it.
Oh, you just said.
He did not refuse to help her. He offered to come and help her personally.
You have 4 levels of exhaustion and can't do shit, my guy.
I can do everything.
My
And it-
guy.
If you take 2 more levels of exhaustion for whatever you do with the marble, you'll die.
Yeah, you can
In
do
all the years I've
everything at
played
minus
D&D,
8.
this is
Jade's-
the only exhaustion I've ever taken. It's not going to happen.
And you were up to 5, dude.
Yeah,
Jade's
roll-
also was like, you obviously can't do anything with it right now. Let me use it, and I'm gonna go get Reverie, and I'm gonna get Yuki, and we're gonna go take care of it if we need to. But at least, and Professor's like, nah, only I can do this. I am core strong.
So,
Jade's like,
Joe,
Yes.
you're being stupid.
Yes.
I have a question, and I wish I would have thought of it before I made the deal, but whatever. Jade has lent Reverie the book on the Thorns of the Black Rose's adventures.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is there a description of Axis in that book?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely, there is.
Absolutely.
There's a
So do
there's
I-
not just a description. There's a picture.
Cool. So
of
I
what
know who I'm
Vaxis
talking to.
looks like,
Oh yeah.
but what Vaxis looks like as hot Vaxis, and what Vaxis looks like when he's not playing anymore.
She took an open-ended contract. Like, I will get you a soul. Yeah, okay. I'll tell you which one later. Okay, sure.
I mean,
Oh, the way it's Jade.
Yeah, this is going to be
you don't
an
know that.
really
Roy
interesting
could be
plot
going
twist.
like, you need to get that marble so that you can finally expel that piece of shit out of it.
Forever.
You know what? I actually kind of expect. I
What?
kind of expect it to be like, yeah, you know that bitch Lorelai. I need her soul.
God, if Lorelai finds out Vaxis is still alive,
to remind everyone of hot Vaxes, anyone who's in roll 20.
he's hot. Everybody's
Jenna,
hot. Indeed.
Lorelai's going to find out.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Reverie still wants to talk to Lorelai as soon as possible.
Uh-oh.
Shit.
Well,
Don't cast sending. She doesn't like that.
I don't have Cindy.
She doesn't like that.
Well, there is one thing you all know. Lorelai was invited to the wedding.
that's true.
Oh shit, that's right.
Oh fuck, that's right. Lorelai's gonna be coming to the wedding. Oh, please don't tell her at the wedding. That's gonna be a bad day.
So would Jade allow Reverie and the professor to have a private conversation?
She's not gonna stop you if you want to go somewhere else.
Yeah. I promise I will tell you everything that happens. Just I need to talk with Professor alone first.
Okay, Reverie. I trust you. They walk away. She looks at Jeffrey.
Jeffrey gives you a strawberry.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
I love his strawberries.
He does too.
I forget how that came about. I love it.
Because he was eating, we were giving him strawberries at one point, and then he got destroyed and came back, and then he just was able to have strawberries all the time. That was his thing about, oh, sorry, you got exploded.
He came back from the strawberry dimension.
I came back from the strawberry.
Wasn't it like an experiment?
Void.
Wasn't it like an experiment? Professor had given him a bowl of strawberries to see if he would if they would be voidy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And then they just kept eating them all, though.
Fuck! Look at me remembering shit from episode 2. The fuck!
What was that, girl? Damn.
God.
Don't ask me what happened last week, though.
Guys, this campaign has been going for 2 years.
Damn. Has
But
it
it's
really?
great.
No. Is it? Has it? Wait.
We're on episode 95. Year and a half.
I don't math.
So, how many weeks? Yeah, no, year and a half. Sorry. Yeah, year and a half. I think.
Year and a half. Only level 8. We got this.
Well, to be fair, we've been doing a lot, but a lot of it's been, how do you feel about that?
Yeah,
then going
interpersonal
off-
relations.
It's been a lot of interpersonal stuff.
So, Joe,
Yes.
given the rate that we are going, how does it feel to know that this campaign is going to have more episodes than Critical Role?
No. No way. No way. They had like 300 episodes or something, right?
Total, but the most they have in a single campaign is 141.
Ooh.
Also, guys,
like
I
that.
scrolled back to the beginning of the character introductions. So when this did start, it started July 2022.
Well, that's when I was putting together the pitch because we were still doing Witchlight at that point.
Because that's
Yeah,
when we dropped
'cause-
that's when we dropped all our characters in.
Yes.
Yeah, because you know us, we like to
22.
plan 8 months in advance.
Yes.
Look at Jenna's notes. She keeps actual notes. You can probably
I
tell
do.
exactly what day the first one started.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Where do I find your notes, by the way?
No, it was
My-
February 2023.
My notes from this campaign,
Mm.
I don't have them shared. They're just mine.
Oh, okay.
I can send them. because
I know.
If you want them, I'll share them. There's 428 pages of notes.
Fuck yes.
It's ours.
Precious.
I was sharing the ones in Thursday because I was like, oh well, I'll share it now because we haven't started yet, so everyone can keep up along with it, and then
Mm.
you could see everything.
I'm so glad that you're taking those notes, and I'm so glad you shared them. I leverage them every single week.
I'm so glad that you like them. Usually the notes are just for me so that I remember stuff, and then if I ever want to, do anything with them later, I have something ready to go. But, yeah, and because of the notes for the Thursday game, I try to like not do it just from Lai's perspective. I try to like make sure I have everybody's in there. But Jade's the notes for this campaign are mostly just from Jade's perspective.
There's a lot.
So, like,
Okay, that's fair.
like everything is still here, like, oh, and Yuki went and did this, and the professor did that, and this is how it's happening. But then it's all like being reflected on like how Jade's feeling at the time. So there's a lot of that in these notes. But I'll still share them if you
That's
want to
fair.
see them.
I mean, if you feel froggy, sure. It's not a priority though. I wouldn't worry about it.
I would
Yeah.
love to see your notes.
Sure.
Me too.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me. God damn it.
I think I am leaning towards Reverie and Jade for inspirations.
Yay!
Yeah.
Thank you.
Created January 25th, 2023.
Yeah, it's been 2 years.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Oh wow.
What?
So it looks like Case Western Reserve University. I guess it's a big university out here in the Ohio, because I've heard a couple people mention it that they've gone there. Because of the great fucking Cheeto and his bullshit no DEI nonsense, they are no longer going to have any accreditation for their social work program.